Looks like he's going to be disposing of both cases,
Yes,
correct?
sir, that's correct.
All right, we have two cases called now, 24 CR 303 and 0304. Each of them similarly allege that on or about January 11th, 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, you committed the third-degree felonies of, it says deadly conduct, discharging a firearm at or in the direction of others, namely a vehicle. All right, you are Mr. Bennett?
Correct.
Okay. And Mr. Dusler is here representing you. And do we need a formal reading of these indictments or summary as the court just gave? Is that sufficient?
Summary, be sufficient.
These are third-degree felonies, Mr. Bennett, which mean if convicted, you face no less than 2, no more than 10 years confinement in prison in each case. And you can also be fined up to $10,000. You understand the punishment range applicable in each of these cases.
Correct.
Agreements have been reached where you would be placed on deferred or unadjudicated probation on each case. Is that right, everybody?
Yes.
Which will be up, which can be up to 10 years in length, fine $500. These would run concurrently. Do you understand?
Correct.
If I follow this agreement in each case, you have no right of appeal. Do you understand?
Correct.
How do you plead in each of these cases? Guilty or not guilty? That you,
Yes.
how do you plead in each case?
Guilty.
Guilty or not guilty? I'm sorry, guilty?
Correct.
Are you pleading guilty in each case voluntarily on your own free will? And because you are guilty?
I guess so, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I guess so.
Yes, you are,
Correct.
yes.
Stand by. I show you what's marked in each case as States Exhibit 1. Did you sign those documents? Voluntarily.
Correct.
Did you understand them, discuss them with your attorney? Are the contents all true and correct? Yes.
Yeah, correct.
States Exhibit 1 is tendered into evidence in each of these cases.
No objection.
Without objection admitted. Among other things, this states you are mentally competent to enter your guilty pleas, which are freely and voluntarily made. You know what you've been charged with. The indictment's been read to you. You've read them. You are guilty of the crime charged in any lesser included offenses. You are giving up your rights to a jury trial and the right to the appearance, confrontation, cross-examination of witnesses. You are totally satisfied with the representation provided by your lawyer. All of this is true. It states, so help you God. Is that so?
Correct.
States Exhibit 1 is made a part of the record for all purposes. Pre-sentence reports waived?
Yes, sir.
Stand by, please. All right, I'm looking at this probable cause affidavit,
That's right.
and what happened here?
Somebody shot in my car. Well, when that
So
was
you
in there,
quite naturally then fired 51 rounds at other people.
I was actually,
You didn't even know who you were shooting at, did you?
yes, I did.
Well, that's
I
not
see
what
some-
these people say.
I
These
seen him-
people,
I seen him run towards my car and I discharged my firearm. That's it.
at
That's all I have
what?
to say.
Let's see. You,
I'll be honest with
Waji
you, car-
Hamad, let me speak. Waji Hamad, who owns Last Call Liquor, it was struck by several bullets. He wanted to file charges. Were you shooting at Last Call Liquor for some
Correct.
reason?
You're correct.
Well, that's what got struck by your wild bullet fire.
May have got hit in the midst of,
Juan Rojas,
Was-
whose passenger car was struck by several bullets coming from Bennett. He wanted to file charges against you as well. Were you shooting Juan Rojas for some reason?
incorrect.
You shot at it. It hit his passenger vehicle.
I wasn't trying to.
Huh?
My bullets went straight.
Oh, you don't think that can happen when you fire 51 bullets?
Correct. That's what happened.
What do you think? Is that too, are you watching movies? I mean, 51 bullets. What were you firing from? What kind of weapon was it and what was the magazine?
Block 45. And
How
I
many
had
times did you reload,
3 times.
sir?
3 times.
You reloaded 3 times. Who in particular were you shooting at? That you obviously missed? Who were you shooting at in particular?
My
It's not
target.
supposed to happen in a city. They shouldn't be shooting at you and you shouldn't be firing 51 rounds at different people who weren't involved.
I was doing what I had to do to protect my child. If you was in that situation, you would have done the same thing.
I'm sorry, sir. You're incorrect. I would be responsible in what I'm shooting at.
Correct.
If you would have killed anybody, you'd have been charged with murder.
Correct.
In spite of what your intentions may have been.
Correct.
Okay, what was someone shooting at you for? Why were they shooting at you? What provoked this? You have no clue? For no reason? Is that what you're telling me? For no reason, somebody just started shooting at you unprovoked? I know it can happen, but that's not what normally happens in this courtroom.
Can you go ask them?
I'm sorry?
You can go ask them.
Are you being a smart aleck to me?
No, I'm saying.
Who is it?
I don't
Who
know
is
where-
it? Who is it? Who is that person you want me to go ask? What's their name? So why would you say something like that to me? Go ask them. That's just being a smart aleck. Is that your nature? You're reckless. Is that your nature to be a smart aleck?
Just-
That's rude in this courtroom. That's rude. Have you ever been arrested before?
Correct.
Is that yes?
Correct.
I'm asking you a question. I'm not making a statement. Or have you been arrested before?
Correct.
How
Yeah.
many times?
One time.
For what?
Yes.
This, I'm not talking about this event.
No,
For shooting at another time?
no.
Uh,
Correct.
sh- Do you want to go out there and sit in the cell for a little while? What were you arrested for is my question. Why am I having to pull this out like
Yeah,
I'm a
no,
dentist
that's-
pulling your
that's-
teeth out?
Do you have any other
No,
arrests besides
no.
this?
That's what I'm asking you. You've never been arrested before other than this,
This is my
right?
first offense. I'm not understanding why I'm getting 10 years probation.
Huh?
This is my first offense, so I'm not understanding why I got 10 years probation. That's all I'm saying.
You're not gonna get 10 years deferred probation with me. We're setting this for trial. We'll let a jury decide your fate. That's what happens. When you're indecisive, these are all situations, when you plead guilty, you have to convince me that that's what you want to do. Mr. Dusler, we're setting this for trial. Do you want him to represent you at trial? Are you the public defender on this?
Yes.
You don't even have a job?
Great. Wound up breaking my leg. I broke my fibula in my 2 years.
When?
Shoot. Like 3 months ago.
Okay, before that, what did you do for work?
Landscape.
How much did you make for landscaping? How long were you a landscaper?
7 months.
Before that, what did you do
I was working at Sun.
at Sonic?
Checkers, stuff like that. Just really fast food. I wasn't really working too much. I was trying to get into the plant, but you know, that's a hit or miss.
Well, you won't get in with this over your head. We're gonna set this for trial and we'll let a jury decide. By the way, juries cannot give deferred or unadjudicated probation. If it's probation, you're convicted for the rest of your life for a felony, if they give you probation. And you're looking at up to 10 years on each case, but it would be for a jury. Jury can't give you deferred or unadjudicated probation. You can only get this from the court. And I'm not accepting
So-
his pleas in
So,
the manner he has presented to me.
So
We're gonna go to trial.
So-
Mr. Dusler can continue to represent you. He's a
Wonderful.
fine lawyer. Is that what you want to do? Or we can replace him and get somebody on the trial docket wheel.
If you want it to get resolved, we're going to replace me. So tell me.
About to go. We'll figure it out.
Mr. Bennett, you and I have gone over this at length, and while we feel that 10 years is a long time to be on probation, you understand that the court was going to cut you a break by giving you deferred adjudication.
Also, I can shorten it by a third, but for people who do,
Exactly.
which I do every day,
Since you've never been on
But
probation,
that's not going to be applicable in this case.
since you've never been on probation before, the district attorney and the court were going to cut you a break and offer you deferred adjudication. You may not like the length of the term of probation, but that's generally what the judge.
It's in the place to sell it. Yeah, I mean, it should have been done a long time ago,
And-
before we come up here,
It was.
and that's, so, do you want to keep him for trial or not? Yes or no?
You want to replace me and let him get a different lawyer, you can get it to court quickly.
It's your option. He's a good lawyer. There is no answer. You will, under the rules, you will be representing and we'll set these for trial. Get a resetting from that lady and we're gonna try this one.
Judge, I think he's responding now.
I really just gotta think about it. That's a lot. Really a
Get the
lot.
resetting. Mr. Dusler is your trial lawyer. He's a fine trial lawyer. Get a resetting. We're going to trial.
And we keep it working like Oouchie the boss. We tryna catch out like we hit us a fault. We gotta win, ain't taking no loss. 'Cause we in the